Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a really big one in personal
Oh,
finance.
yeah. Which one?
Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's like everywhere.
Absolutely. A classic. Definitely shaped a lot of thinking.
Totally. So our mission today is basically to pull out the key bits, the sort of essential takeaways from a recent look at it, give you a shortcut.
Good idea. It's influenced millions, so understanding its core message is pretty valuable.
Exactly. So the whole book, it kind of hangs on this contrast, right, between two dads.
Right. His poor dad, that was his biological father, highly educated, but, well, struggled financially.
Yeah.
And then the rich dad, his best friend's father, more of an entrepreneur type.
And Kiyosaki uses their different approaches to money to make his points.
Yeah, and a big point is how traditional schooling often just doesn't teach you about managing money or building wealth
Right.
at all.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About what we think we know about jobs, money, all that.
Definitely. It's a real mindset shifter from the get-go.
So let's dig into that. What's the first big idea, the real foundation?
Okay, so the absolute core, I think, is how he defines assets versus liabilities. It sounds simple, but it's different.
Different how? Like not the standard accounting definitions.
Not exactly. He boils it down to, does it put money in your pocket or take money out? That's the test.
Okay.
So an asset makes you money. A liability costs you money. Simple as that.
Right. And he famously challenges the idea that your house is always an asset.
Exactly. That's often the shocker for people. He argues if your house payment, taxes, upkeep are just draining your cash flow month after month.
Then it's acting like a liability.
Precisely. It's about cash flow, not just ownership on paper.
Wow. So you need things that generate income? Like what?
Right.
Rental properties?
Yeah.
Stocks that pay dividends?
Yeah, those are his classic examples, things that work for you.
As opposed to liabilities like credit card debt, car loans, things that just suck money out.
Right. Understanding that difference is meant to fundamentally change how you see, well, everything you buy or own.
It's a powerful lens. Okay, so once you get that asset liability thing, where does he go next?
Well, the next logical step is thinking about how you get the money in the first place, which leads to his idea about working.
The work to learn, not to earn idea.
That's the one. It's pretty provocative.
It is. Because we're all taught, get a good job, get the paycheck.
But Kiyosaki says, look beyond the salary. Is the job teaching you valuable skills? Skills you can use to build wealth later.
Like what kind of skills?
Things like sales, marketing, negotiation, understanding business systems, maybe even basic accounting or legal stuff.
So view your job as paid training for your future wealth building.
Kind of, yeah. He argues too many people chase security over opportunity. They stay put instead of learning the skills needed to maybe eventually break free from the 9-to-5.
Build a toolkit, not just rely on one income stream.
Exactly. Build that toolkit so you're not dependent on just one employer.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
building on skills, financial literacy comes up a lot, right? The idea that schools just drop the ball.
Oh, massively. He really hammers this point home. It's not just about budgeting either.
No.
No, it's deeper. It's about understanding, how the financial system actually works. Taxes, leverage, investing, market psychology, the stuff the wealthy supposedly understand.
And schools don't teach that.
Generally, no. So his message is, you can't wait for someone else to teach you. You have to take charge, educate yourself.
Become your own financial expert, essentially.
That's the push. It's about empowerment through knowledge.
Which ties right into another big theme, entrepreneurship. He's a big advocate for that, isn't he?
Very much so. He contrasts working in a system like a job versus creating your own system like a business.
More control, more potential for freedom.
That's the argument. Building businesses or making strategic investments, in his view, gives you more leverage over your time and income than a traditional job ever could. It's about building assets that work for you, remember?
Right. Linking back to that first point, create things that put money in your pocket.
Exactly. It's about creating those income-generating assets.
Okay, there's also a psychological element he touches on, right? Something about fear and greed.
Yes. And this is actually, I think, a really crucial part of the book, often overlooked.
How so?
Well, he argues that most people's financial decisions aren't purely rational.
Yeah.
They're driven by emotion, primarily fear.
Fear of losing money, fear of risk.
Yeah, fear of losing, fear of not having enough, fear of stepping outside the norm. It keeps people playing it safe, stuck in the rat race, as he calls it.
And the greed part.
That's the other side. chasing quick riches, making impulsive decisions, maybe getting caught up in bubbles or scams.
So it's about mastering your emotions around money.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Understanding those emotional triggers, the fear that makes you sell low, the greed that makes you buy high, and learning to make calculated, rational decisions instead. Taking calculated risks, not just reacting.
Emotional intelligence for your wallet.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
So, bringing this all together, why do you think this book struck such a chord? It's been a bestseller for ages.
Well, accessibility is huge, I think. He uses simple stories, very direct language. It's not intimidating.
Yeah, it feels like a conversation.
Right. And it's undeniably inspiring for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It encourages you to think bigger, to question the status quo about work and money.
It plants that seed of financial independence.
Exactly. That idea that you can take control through self-education, that really resonates. People want to feel empowered.
Okay, but let's be balanced. It's not without its critics. What are some of the common knocks against it?
Definitely. A big one is that it's great on the why, the mindset shift, but maybe a bit thin on the how.
Lacks practical, step-by-step advice.
Yeah, it gets you fired up, but then you might be left wondering, okay, what exactly do I do tomorrow? It's more philosophy than detailed guide.
Fair enough. What else?
There's also been scrutiny about the rich dad figure himself. Some question if he was a real person or more of a composite, a narrative device.
So the factual basis of the stories is
Yeah.
sometimes questioned.
Right, you kind of have to take the lessons, whether the specific anecdotes are perfectly literal or not.
And the strong focus on certain paths, like real estate.
That's another valid point. Kiyosaki leans heavily on real estate and building businesses, which is fine, but those paths aren't for everyone.
Not everyone wants to be a landlord or an entrepreneur.
Exactly. And you can absolutely build wealth through other means, like diligent saving and investing in the stock market within a traditional career. The book maybe doesn't emphasize those paths as much.
So acknowledge the principles, but adapt the methods to your own situation.
I think that's the key takeaway from the critiques, yeah. Use the mindset shift, but find your vehicle.
Okay. So overall, the review we looked at landed where? Pretty positive.
Yeah, solid rating. 4.2 out of 5 stars. Acknowledges the strengths in shifting perspective even with the criticisms.
And that killer quote, that sums it all up.
The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them.
That really is the whole philosophy in a nutshell, isn't it?
It captures it perfectly, shifting from trading your time for dollars to having your assets generate income for you.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big picture with Rich Dad, Poor Dad seems to be it's less a financial instruction manual and more a catalyst.
Yeah, a catalyst for fundamentally rethinking your relationship with money, with work, with education.
It challenges you to get financially smarter, take the reins yourself.
Absolutely. It's a call to proactive self-education and taking control, which is powerful.
Which brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. Building on that core idea, if the rich make money work for them, what's one small, maybe calculated step you could take starting now?
Doesn't have to be huge.
Right. Could be related to real estate, stocks, maybe learning a new skill, or even just analyzing your own spending, something uniquely yours. What's one small step to begin shifting your relationship with money?
Something to chew on.
Definitely food for thought. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.